All right, guys, what's up? Sisterhood team call. Super excited to have you guys here. We're going to talk about social media tonight. Um, we want you guys to ask questions as we go. We were thinking about doing an audit in terms of like having some of you volunteer and pulling up your profiles, but then we decided it's actually a lot easier to give feedback when we're talking about no one in particular than someone, right? So we're gonna go that way. And we've really tried to collab with our Diamond leadership team on just some of the things that they see coaches doing or that they personally struggle with, so that we can try to just like all learn a couple things tonight about our social and maybe find some things that we're doing that aren't working and move forward and try new things. Before we get going, why don't we open it up and see if anybody has some recognition?
I will go ahead and jump in. I just want to take a minute and recognize Megan. So, Megan is building her team. She has a newborn at home. She is in the push for One Star to get herself to NLC, and she is moving freaking mountains to do. She is doing the work. She's doing the scary things. She has her processes mapped. It is absolutely remarkable. And I just wanted to take a minute and shout her out because Megan, I freaking see you. You are amazing.
Anybody else? I will shout out Erin Girouard for hitting Emerald in her second CBC. She hit that just a couple days after opening that. For anybody that doesn't understand what it is, once you hit 2-star, you're actually able to open another coach account in your own name. So that really helps you build the compensation plan. You put challenge packs through that. So not only do you earn that commission there, but then you earn bonuses in your main account, and it really starts to help compound the compensation plan. So super proud of Erin, and I can't wait to. I know that you're going to have that account diamond in no time. I just love watching you shine. So way to go, Erin. Going once, going twice. I'll go into announcements. Erin, Yak, did you have any? All right, guys. Okay, so we do have some announcements I want to run through before we get going. Number one was that Social September contest we did. I posted it in the coach page today. So if you followed along and completed your tracker, go put your total points in the comment section with a picture of your tracker, and we'll see who wins and send you out a prize. The second announcement is our What is Coaching call. It's next Thursday. So I am going to drop the links. As soon as Erin starts talking, I'll loop over to my Zoom and I'll drop the link in all the chats and in our main page, or I think it's probably attached to the event already. Send out some invites to this call, guys. This call can be really powerful, and so often it's easier to have other coaches speak and to have that resonate with someone that maybe you've already invited to coaching and you don't really know what else to say. Invite them to this call and then get on the call yourself with your video on. Be super present and listen to the call together, and then follow up with them. So it's not like us doing your job for you. It's you guys participating in this call together, and then loop back with them and see what they thought. So these calls, like, honestly, I remember in the height of COVID, we had like, I think 90 people on one of these calls, and we enrolled over 20 that night. Every single time we do one of these calls, we enroll women the next day. So if you are not invited to these What is Coaching calls, I really encourage you to start doing that. Okay, we have Peppermint Mocha launching November 2nd. If you just go and follow the Shakeology IG, you can snag images there and promote that in your client group. I don't really love promoting it like on my social directly. Like, I usually will the day of the launch, but really in your client group is a great place to do that. It's also a great time to snag an extra box. I always snag an extra box so that in a year from now, when it launches again, I have that extra stop to send out as samples. So today I posted in my challenge group, I have 20 packs of peppermint mocha. It launches next week. Who wants a sample? They all drop their addresses and I send it out. I think Shakeology usually, I don't know how many months it has. I think it might expire next month or the month after, but like it's always enough, usually because it's a new flavor. They'll give you have at least the year, right? The Diamond Retreat that everybody just attended. Some of our incredible leaders spoke on the Crush Nation call to speak about their experience. If you're curious about that or you wanted to hear what their takeaways are, I encourage you to go watch that Crush Nation call that they did on Monday. It was really, really great. And obviously getting to a live event is something we hope all of you are looking to do. So it was a really cool call to listen to if you're curious about that. And we just did a free group. We wanted to share with you guys. We just hosted a 3-day free group in Facebook. And it was a hit. Like, it was so good. It took us like hardly any time to put the content together, and we had some really, really engaged people. So if you're struggling to enroll people, I would just encourage you to try something new. If you need help with content, like, we share everything. I will drop that content in there. It's not branded. It's nothing. I will drop all that content. If anybody is looking to do something new, just do it. You know, if you're sitting at SC0 right now, do a free group on Monday, 1, 2, 3 days, and then you still have like 6 days to enroll those people, right? So I just encourage you to take action and to try something new. And to not come from a place of desperation, but to really come from the place of knowing that like what you have is something valuable to offer them. That kind of leads into the total solution packs launching, which Erin is going to chat about.
Yeah, and I just want to add to that, to the free group, like people were engaged in there, but more than that, we were engaged in there. We were excited about it. It was something new and fresh. Like, we literally started a new group, added the people who want to be in there, and we were engaged. Like, we went live every single day. I know I was messaging the people I put in there every day, like, are you ready for tomorrow? How do you feel today? How did things go? Like, really connected with them, because then I was excited to see how they did, and I was excited to see them commit to themselves for 3 days. Like, it was exciting. So I think the messaging is try something new, give more, but also get excited about it, because your energy will transcend in the group, right? I love also what Courtney was saying about like showing up on your social and not being desperate. You have to, I can't remember who said it. I think it was Josh Coates this past week or the week before. People need you more than you need them. And I feel like sometimes especially when I'm like pushing for SC, I have to remind myself that. Because the more that you are going out there being like, I need SC, I need SC, I need SC, the more your desperation kind of fuels out within your energy. But if you remind yourself, no, I'm actually here to serve other people. The people who I'm looking for need me. They need more than I need them. And what you have to offer is powerful and wonderful, and they need it. So remind that of yourself. Like, maybe even write that down on your paper or whatever before you go to invite. People need me more than I need them. Okay, just so that you're not kind of like transcending desperation. Okay, so Body launched yesterday, which is really, really exciting, especially if you're in the States. And I want to like just put this out here and be super honest and raw and vulnerable and real, that the body that we have here in Canada isn't yet the same. So I know that they're working really hard on the licensing and the legal behind all of the music, but we don't have the same music. So if you don't watch Courtney's stories, honestly, go and watch her stories and see her rock out to her on her bike today and listen to that amazing music, and you'll understand what I'm talking about if you've been in Canada and you're doing body to the music that is not the same. I literally was like, oh my God, I'm so jealous. I can't wait until we have that. So we don't have the full spectrum of body yet in terms of the music. For that reason, I want to be super real with you guys. I'm not pushing body on my new prospects, on my new clients. I'm especially not pushing body on people who do Peloton and telling them you should try ours now, because it's not ready. We don't have the comparable products that they have right now in Canada. And the last thing I want is for somebody who's used to Peloton and all that amazing music to come onto ours, try it out and be like, well, this sucks, I'm never doing this, and not actually give it a chance. So for me, I'm waiting for those people. I'm not launching body to them until it's ready. I am still talking about it in my client group though, because there are some people in our client group who tried it, who love it, who don't know what they're missing, and it's really great and amazing. Okay. And I will say, to be honest, I still love Body. I still love the workouts, but it's not as amazing as Courtney rocking out on her bike this morning. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go and look. So I just wanted to preface that, and like, think about your target market, think about your audience, think about what they need, and be real with yourself. Okay. That said, Body launched, and the total solution packs have launched now, which are replacing the challenge packs. So challenge packs are no longer, that terminology is gone. It's old, outdated, done. We now have total solution packs, which, to be honest, I really, really love it, because it talks about the total solution. It talks about fitness, nutrition, community. It's everything that we have to offer, which to me is ultimately what stands us apart from all the other fitness platforms, is that we do offer the total solution. This isn't just about working out. It is about nutrition. It is about community. It is about mindset. It is about the total solution. Okay. So use that terminology to your advantage in speaking up of why we are different. Okay. There are so many new options, and it's all very exciting. I really encourage you to take 5 minutes, literally 5 minutes, to go into ShareCart, type in like Canada Test 123 at hotmail.com, name test, last name test, and go in and see what the new options are. Like, educate yourself. I could sit here and tell you what all the options are, but that's not how you're going to learn it. You're going to learn it by going and seeing it yourself and trying it out. Ultimately, what's really cool is that there's 3 new packs. There's 3 packages. We still have the Shakeology Total Solution Pack, the Performance Total Solution Pack, but now we have the Go and Glow Total Solution Pack, which has Energize, Hydrate, and Collagen. And literally, I sold my first one today to a mom who was like, that's everything I need. I am so tired. I need hydration to breastfeed my baby, and I'm totally losing all of my hair and worried about my nails. Please help me. I was like, oh my God, this is meant for you. Like, literally, the Go and Glow solution is really great for people who aren't yet into fitness. Like, sometimes selling Shakeology or selling like pre and post workout drinks to somebody who's new to fitness is kind of like a first stretch. So this is a really good entryway to be like, this is great hydration for you. Like, I literally put Hydrate in my kids' water bottles. It's amazing for them. It's like Gatorade. Energizes literally life. I don't need to talk about that. And the collagen really helps with your hair and nails. Amazing. Okay. What's really great about these 3 packs is that they each have a deluxe option, adding more products. And every single one of these, when you go in, you're choosing, and as you're in the ShareCart, you're seeing all these extra like bonus deals that come up. And I know Erin and Coach Corna this afternoon was like, oh my God, it's so amazing. Like, you can upsell so easily by being like, oh my God, they're offering you bars for only $30. Or, oh my God, they're offering you an extra Energize for just whatever it is, right? So as you're going through that, you can start to get familiar with the extra add-ons to start adding on to getting people to like try other products. Really incredible. I know that the deluxe, this is something I just want to highlight, the deluxe performance pack now has Hydrate, which is like so amazing. So you're getting like Energize, Recover, and Hydrate on the deluxe model. Okay. Every single total solution pack now has your option to add Body, which is really, really amazing. So you can get BOD and Body now for the whole year. I'm just speaking in Canadian dollars here, for $358. Or you can get BOD for $119 and Body for $25 a month, $24.95. If you get it packaged together, you save money. You guys can do the math. You can also do the Body Day Pass. So if somebody's looking to try it out for a day, it's $8.50. Like, you guys can go through and see all these different options. It's amazing. If you're still getting the 12-month BOD, or you're getting that regular total solution pack, you can either add on Body for the 12 months as well, or you can just get it for the 30 days for free. The trial, that still remains. And then people can get it for $24.95 moving forward. As with anything, remind them that if they're getting it for free for the first little while, they will be charged moving forward, right? So there's lots of new options. Like I said, please spend 5 minutes to educate yourself and go through. It's really cool how they have it on ShareCart. Like, you're literally choosing and picking as if you were the client, kind of like, as it's always been, add on this, whatever. It's it's really incredible. And I'm excited for where this is going. Do not look at it as overwhelming. Please don't, because it's all super exciting and there's lots of options. I think now more than ever, this is giving us an opportunity to ask more questions to our clients, to really understand where they're at, understand what they need, so that we can be like, oh my God, this is amazing. I know that you're struggling with nutrition and snacking on the go. They're just offering you bars for $25 extra. Do you want to try them? Like, the more you know where they're at, the more you know what they struggle with, the more they know what their why is, the more you can kind of like essentially upsell based on what they need. But this, please do not go to your client and say, so great, here are all the options. Now there's this pack and 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 this pack, because that doesn't serve. That's overwhelming. People don't know. So ask the question. Ask where they're at. Ask how their nutrition is. Ask what they struggle with. Ask what their day-to-day looks like. Ask what they're eating on the regular. Ask all those things so that you can be like, okay, great. I know exactly what you need. And this is exactly what I would recommend, and how exciting this is actually on sale. That is how you share and help people in an emotional way. And I'm saying this, and as I'm saying it, I'm like, damn, I need to be doing this more too, right? Like, we're all in the same boat. It's so easy. We were talking about this on the coach mentorship call just before this. It's so easy to drop a link. It's so easy to be like, here's all the info, but you're not connecting with people emotionally that way. By asking more questions and seeing where people are at, you're able to deliver and connect on an emotional level, and they're able to make a decision that like is to their heart. So do yourself a favor, have the courage to ask more questions, get to know them a little bit more so that you can recommend something that's really great for them. Okay, pass it back to you, Court.
Yeah, I mean, it really leads into what we're talking about tonight. We're talking about your social media, and I want you guys all to take a really good look at your social media, and we're going to help you do that. For those of you that are on a computer, so that you can have your phone out, that will be great. But ultimately, what we want to help every single coach on this team do is be more authentic and be more vulnerable. Decrease your perfectionism and increase your vulnerability. Because often when I go and I look at a coach's page and they don't know, why things aren't resonating with others, it's because it's kind of just like cold and pretty, Like, if all your quotes match and it looks amazing, but 4 people are liking them and no one's engaging on them, like, why are you still making them? Why are you taking so much time in Canva to make those matching quotes if nobody's engaging or liking them? And a really good metric to see is if people are sharing them. Like, that's kind of the point of quotes. Erin is a little bit magical at them, and people love to share her quotes, and so she keeps doing them, but if that's not working for you, then it's time to mix it up. So I think tonight, Erin, did you want to go through the insights first, or did we want to do sort of the do's and don'ts?
Yeah, I'll go first. And I actually even wanted to comment on what you just said about the quotes. For me, it hasn't always been that way. Like, genuinely, that was a trial and error for me, because originally, if you scroll back down, a lot of my quotes were really like branded. I would use my branded colors. I would put like my branded theme on it, and nobody would share it. Nobody would share that. Nobody really even engaged much with it, because I ultimately feel like I was doing it for my own page and my own branding and how it kind of like looked on my page. And I realized that all the quotes that were being shared looked the same, had the same look and feel, were really generic. And so when I started to do really generic quotes, I realized people started to share them. And I was like, okay, all right. So then I switched it that way. But that's part of the trial and error, and really looking at your page, seeing what works, what doesn't work, what's serving you, what people like, what's serving for them, and adjusting. Okay, so want to take some time tonight to go. I hope you have your phone. I hope it's charged enough. I'd like you to go to your page and go to your insights. So it's on your main page. Let's see, right there. It's like a square. It says, under edit profile, it should say insights. And I hope that you do, like, if you've never done this before, no problem. But I hope you start, after we do this activity tonight, I hope you spend some time in here on the regular, maybe even like on Sundays, once a week. This is how you're going to see what's working for your page. Like, what do your people want to see? What do they like? What's working? Because at the end of the day, this insight, it's all data. It's all just data that's telling you what's working on your page and what's not. So use that to your benefit. Use that to understand your audience better. Use that to see what's actually like reaching people. Okay, so in the first part, I want you to go to accounts reached. And I want you to kind of scroll down. It'll say the top cities of people that you're reaching, the amount of like followers versus non-followers that your page is reaching. So if you have like some stuff that's gone viral, maybe you'll have more non-followers who are seeing your stuff. If you feel like it's really just your followers who are seeing your stuff, that'll be mostly followers. When you go down, you'll see all like, okay, wait, hold on. I want you to hit on, okay, at the top there, top cities, like where, sorry, hold on. Okay, go back and go into, right, accounts reached, sorry. And you'll see if you scroll down to, where is it then? Top posts, hit on your top posts. That'll bring up all of your posts. I would put in the last year and then put reach, any reach in the last year. And it'll show you the posts that reach the most people in the last year. For me, they all look very similar because it's all the quotes that I know have been shared and reached a lot of people. For you, start looking at those posts and see, do you see similarities on what is reaching most people? Do you see similarities on the posts that are like being shared amongst a lot of people? How, like, which posts are being shared most? Maybe put it in the chat. Courtney just said before and afters for her. For me, it's definitely quotes. What is the most commonly reached for you in the last year? Your son. Anybody else have anything common? Your kitchen reno, before and afters, wedding content, Fun Fact Friday, quotes, self-love stuff. Like that is what, so these are the posts that are maybe reaching more people than followers. These are the posts that are going to hopefully get people coming to your page. So these are things that people are sharing. So if you see some sort of like commonality there, maybe that's what people like to see on your page, and maybe what you can do a little bit more to try and expand your reach, try and expand your network, okay? Now, where it says reach, I want you to click on that and hit post interaction. Then you can see which posts of yours people are engaging the most on. Which posts are people liking, commenting, like which posts are starting up a dialogue for you. This will help you to identify like really what your followers are interested in, what they want to talk to you about, what they want to like, what kind of content they want to talk about. Again, is there some sort of commonality? For me, I still have the quotes. I also have like big life events. Yeah, family, personal stuff, which is great. That means that like your people are engaged in your own personal life, right? Again, that's super deep. And it's like stuff that goes to show you like people want emotion on your page. People want to connect with you with emotional, deep stuff, right? They feel connected to you on that. Okay, so then post interactions. Now let's go to follows. Which posts there, and you'll see how many follows you got per post. Are there posts that are helping people to want to follow you more? Like you can spend a lot of time here going through which posts have the most comments, which posts get the most likes, which ones have the most saves, which ones have the most shares. Like there's so much data here for you to evaluate what your people want to see. And this genuinely is like gold data for you to know what you should be sharing more of. And like this is going to be different for every one of us because all of our followers are different, all of our markets are different, all of our people are different. There's so, oh my God, Sophie. It's true though. So like think about, and now this is just for posts, okay? This is just for posts. Let's go back and let's go down to top stories. Click on stories, and this is based on reach. Okay, so this is how many people are watching your stories. And you can see in the last year, in the last 6 months, in the last 2 years, whatever you want, the stories that are getting the most views. Okay. And I want to be like super real with you because I know what stories I'm getting the most views and I know what's not. I think it was Erica who was talking in our Diamond chat. She's like, it's just the same people watching my stories all the time. The end of the day, guys, our job is to be consistent and show up on social media consistently every single day, sharing our like health and wellness journey. If you've been doing this for a little while, people know what's up. People know that you're going to be doing your energize, you're going to stay a little bit, then you're going to do your workout, maybe you'll do a little bit of personal development. They get it. They get it. So unless you have something, I'm just going to say it, more exciting to share, they're going to scroll by. And it's only going to be the content, the days where you have something exciting. Maybe it's like you traveling. Maybe you got your boobs done. Maybe it's your kid's super themed birthday. Maybe like something bad happened in your life and people are super nosy and want to watch. Unless there's something exciting happening, and I'm speaking for me, maybe you can agree, disagree, but unless there's something super exciting happening, my story views are kind of dismal. It's when something exciting happens that my story views skyrocket. And that's simply telling me that on day-to-day, my stories are kind of boring. On day-to-day, people are kind of like, I get it, it's over, I get it, she does this thing, whatever. So yes, it's important to show up every single day and be authentic and share in your social, but it's also important to add a little bit more than just what you have there, okay? So I'm curious, what in the last 30 days, which stories reached the most for you? Was it like an exciting event? Was there something different? Was it something like out of the ordinary, or was it your ordinary like workout pick? Yeah, for me, it was definitely travel. Like that was exciting. We had a lot of extra views then. Travel, events, wedding day, food. Yeah. Okay, so think about yourself and what you like to view, and try to share a little bit more that way. But these insights, this is what's going to help you to really identify why people are why maybe your views are lower, or why they're higher, or where, like, what that means. Okay, use this to your benefit. Okay, the next thing so I hope everybody is getting a little, like, that will take time. Just go through, play around with it, learn a little bit more. Next thing I want to do is in your insight, where is it? I want you to go to on the first page of your insights, go to total followers. And I want you to scroll down, and first and foremost, I just want everybody to know that everybody has unfollows. We all have unfollows. Everybody has major unfollow numbers and follow numbers. And the hope is that your follow numbers is higher than your unfollow numbers. That's it. Okay. So if you see that 50 people unfollowed you in the last month, that's okay. Let's just hope that 55 people followed you. Okay. But I want you to scroll down to see the top locations you're reaching, the average age you're reaching, the gender of people you're reaching. And I want you to do like a real gut check on, like, is that your target market? Are those the people you want to reach? We had a conversation this past weekend at retreat. I hope you don't mind me sharing this. Is she on the call, Angela? And Angela's like, I have like 85% men following me. Like, that's not my market. I want women following me, right? So look at that and give yourself a gut check on, if the people who are following me, is that who I want? Is that my target market? If it's not, you need to adjust something on your social to attract the people you're looking to attract. And if you start getting to the point where you're seeing a lot of unfollows, then you know you're doing something right, because the people that who are following you, you don't want, right? So use this to your benefit. Go through your followers and see, for me, I really target women in Ottawa. And the top location for me is Ottawa. Like, that to me makes me feel good. Like, that's who I'm targeting. I have 96% of women who follow me. It's not a surprise because I also block almost every man who follows me. So there's that. But truly look at that and see, does it reflect what you're looking for? Okay. Use this data to your benefit. This is all here for you. Okay. I don't want to spend more time in it. I just want you to know this is here for you. Also, okay, I'd like us to now go to your page. Go to your actual page where your posts are. When people come to your page,
On that same one that you were just on, right under gender, it says most active times. That's a really good one to look at, because I know some people were saying that they don't know when to post. Go and see when your people are most active. This is when you should post. Like, I'm just looking right now. I'm like, oh, cool. I need to be posting at noon or 3 p.m. my time, because that's when people are most active, and it might be different for you.
Yeah, great point. Thanks for saying that. I also have heard Brock Johnson say post right before your most active time, so then it's there when they come up. But yeah, that is all trial and error. Like for me, I think mine is all straight across the board. Like it gives me no extra data. Like most active day, Monday through Sunday, and it's all the same. Like that's not useful for me. I hope that it's more useful for you, and there's like some data there that'll help you, but just watch it. Just watch that data and let it help you. Okay, let's go to our page. When someone comes to your page, say they see a great reel or a great post and they come to your page, they're going to decide within 30 seconds of whether or not they want to follow you. So at first glance, that top part, your bio, guys, we've talked about this before, it needs to say who you are and what you do. It has to have some sort of statement to say, like, I help these kind of people reach this. It has to have something there to see what they're going to get out of it for them. People are following selfishly. They're following people that they think they can get value and benefit from. They want to see if what you're offering will benefit them. So help them out and let them know who you offer, who you help, how you can help them. Okay. Next, your first 9 posts that they see is ultimately whether they're going to decide to follow you or not. So whether you had an amazing before and after 6 months ago and you posted it 6 months ago, or within the last week, is a massive difference. If you posted it 6 months ago, it's no longer relevant. Nobody's seeing it. It's like they're not scrolling down. Unless you have that in your your last 9, unless you're showing what you offer, who you are, who you can help, what you're all about in your last 9, people don't know. So think about that. Do your last 9 picks represent who you are, tell your story, share what you're offering, give value enough for somebody to want to follow you. Give yourself a gut check. Do they represent you? Do they represent your brand? Are they sharing? Are they serving the people you want to serve? There's this social media for our business is twofold. It is about your journey. It is about you. It is about your brand, but it also is mostly about how you're serving other people, how you can help other people, what you have can serve and help them. So that needs to be represented in your top 9 picks. Okay. If transformation is a huge part of your brand, is a huge part of your story, try and have one try to always have one in the top. Think about what your story is, think about what your messaging is, and be consistent in regularly sharing that. Yeah. Okay. I feel like I could talk about this forever. Courtney, I'll pass it over to you to do the next part.
Okay. That was awesome. I definitely learned some things. And yeah, for anybody that can't see those, you probably need to change your account to business or creator or whatever it is. Creator. Okay, so what we are doing next is kind of just calling everybody out on the super beginner rookie moves that we've all done, but we want to make you guys better. We really are proud of our team in the sense that it's like authentic, ruthless feedback that only your sister would give you. And I think that it's really important that we stick together like this. I'm never going to have a coach join my team and not give them feedback that I think is going to help move them forward, that I think is going to help them look more authentic online. Whether you decide to take that or not is 100% up to you. But I'll say being coachable in this business is one of the most important things to find success. Anytime I'm on a call with a new coach and I give them a couple tips on things that they can do to improve, and then they don't do them, it's cool, go on doing it the way you think, but if you're wondering why it's not working or wondering why things aren't resonating, might be time to ask for some advice. And I hope that your coach will give you that honest feedback. If you personally want a social media audit, then reach out in whatever chat you're in to your upline. Your upline can reach out to one of us. Like someone can do it sort of anonymously if that's easier, whatever. But we wanted to sort of talk about some of the more generic things that we see new coaches doing that, like, let's try to avoid. And also understanding that these are things we've done, but social media is constantly changing. It is most likely that you are doing the same things that your coach is doing. So, like, one of my first ones is speeding up your workouts. If your coach is speeding up their workouts, you're probably speeding up your workouts. It's old news. It doesn't come across as authentic because people can't see what you're actually doing. And I used to speed up my workouts every single day because it made me look better. But guess what? No one is there to see me look good. They're there to see my true journey and to see me actually growing, getting stronger, evolving. And that requires me being vulnerable, showing up in my true state. If you're speeding up your workouts, if you're putting filters on your workouts, like, it's just not going to come across as authentic as if you're able to just show up in that true form of yourself. If you're not proud of the way you look or the way you're lifting or any of that, cool. That's part of your fucking transformation that you're about to have in front of their very eyes. If you don't like the way you look when you're on the floor doing a sit-up, cool. The women that are scared to join you feel the exact same way. Part of this job is having the vulnerability and the guts to put yourself out there. And that doesn't equal looking amazing while posting 3 clips and matching up the music perfectly. It just doesn't. It doesn't cut it anymore. So I really encourage you. And maybe that looks like switching it up some days. Like some days you have music over it. Some days you don't. Take out your AirPods, put up your phone to record close to where the trainer is. Maybe they are saying something inspirational and you catch that. Like if you're doing an autumn workout and she has like one of her catchy quotes and you're like, oh, that was good. Take the time, guys. This is your job. Press pause, rewind it a little bit, set up your camera, let autumn be your soundtrack today. And then talk about this is why I love these programs. So motivated this morning, loop that into your messaging instead of playing the same song. And no one's judging you for playing the same song. Shit, it's hard to think of new songs all the time, but that's an opportunity for us to not do it, right? I'm really trying to do that lately, no filters, just showing up as I am, trying to use real audio sometimes when that works, right? Just doing things differently that catch people's attention. Because like Erin said, if you're posting the same thing all the time, people are just tapping right through you. While it's important to show up every single day doing your workout, maybe in lieu of your rest days, it's not why people are watching, but they are noticing. No one really cares about your workout content, but it's essential that it's there, right? So alongside this, for those coaches that are just showing up and posting their sweaty selfie, ain't gonna cut it. You're not a challenger. This is a space for you to be a coach and to show up, showing that you're doing these moves, right? So I really encourage you, if you're, taking a picture of your feet or your selfie or your high five, but not showing your workout moves, encourage you to lean in even further and start doing that. Also, people that are only sharing their workouts. I think this is the number one sort of thing that new coaches will do, or really busy coaches, is just show up in the morning, post your workout, and then that's it. We don't see you till tomorrow morning. And honestly, I promise you, there's not a ton of value there. While people are going to watch you initially because they're curious and they're like, oh, what's she doing? Let me watch this train crash, right? They're not going to stick around for that reason. So it's important that you, show other stuff. And whatever that is, we've talked about buckets, about finding other things. One thing I found really helpful when I started coaching was just recording content. I was a new mom and I was balancing that, okay, I really want to give my all to this business, but I also I'm home with my kids and I want to be present. And so what I would do is I would just record things. We'd be out and about and I would record a video or take a picture. And then I would just put my phone away and I'd worry about it later. And then at nap time, when I'm ready to work, or during your power hour, or on your lunch break, or when you're sitting and taking a shit, post that stuff, right? That's when you have that opportunity to post that stuff. You don't have to do it right in the moment, but just record that stuff. Even if you're at work all day, like, what are you doing to enrich your work routine? Like, what are you doing with your lunches? Or what are your coworkers asking about this? Or what are you saying to them about this? Like, be vulnerable. Like, say, like, I had a coworker ask me today about this. Like, I don't care, make it up. Like, do whatever, you know, you got to do to be relevant with your own current life. But it's really important that we try to do more than just the workouts. Something else that can help with this is like to think ahead. Like today I shared a gift idea for my daughter that I had a ton of people respond to me and be like, oh, I love this, right? So using that storytelling thing, like look at your calendar, what's coming up ahead for you, and start sneak peeking some of that, right? Like I shared that I want to buy this nutcracker, right? And like, I'm going to buy it, of course, but you know, I'm like leading up with the polls and the things and that, right? So that like eventually when I bring that fucking nutcracker home, like, it's going to be the moment, you know? So think about like what's coming up in your life and what you could possibly share. One of the feedback was when doing your workout moves, focusing on talking about the workout instead of talking about the feeling. I really loved that. Like, how did you feel this morning? For me, I woke up, I've had like a really like low blue kind of days, just like hormonally. And then I got on the bike and I did this workout and the music was awesome. And I like instantly felt incredible. So that's my message. It's not like, oh, the resistance was good and I upped it to, no, like it's nothing about that, right? It's about that feeling, because there's another mom on the other end of your screen that's like, feeling blow leading up to your period, feeling all those things, right? And could use that maybe endorphin kick, just like you did. One of the other things was filters. Like I would just, honestly, I would try as much as possible to not use filters. It just looks phony. And I think it really is a thing of the past. And it's like, if you're going to show up to inspire and be authentic on Instagram, then like, let's try to be authentic, you know? And then I was joking in our diamond chat today that I needed to have a Lensa intervention with some of the ladies. I mean, I won't call Jen out, but you know, but if you if you don't know what Lensa is, it's an amazing app. I'm totally joking. It's an amazing app that really can enhance your pictures. But there's this thing called like magic correction, and you can do it from a 0 to a 10. And when you do it to a 10, it like totally like makes all your skin look 100% perfect, and it's just really fake, right? So just tone that down a little bit and just try to like, you know, show up still looking like you. I think especially on the grid, like there's that video that Erin Girard did on the coach page was amazing. She talked about how to use Lensa and Lightroom and how to take a great picture in general. So if this is you, if you're like, I don't know how to take a good picture, then seek out that thing or ask and we can tag you in it, because it was really great. You know, one of the things when Erin talked about like looking at your last 9, like it's just a good opportunity for you to look at it. Like if every picture is like this, like it's time to put your phone down, right? Like your arm is tired. I'm here to let you know. Set it up with the window, with your ring light, like wherever you got to do, just like, or ask your, you know, ask your spouse if you want, or ask a friend. Like that's a great way to like get a friend involved. Maybe a challenger that's joined you, be like, I'm on the struggle bus, I need help taking some pictures, will you come over and help me take some content? Or ask another coach, get together and take some pictures, like stock up some pictures and do it together. Whatever you got to do, but just trying to find a way to mix it up on your grid. That's something I really like to look at. Like when I'm looking at my grid, it's like, okay, I posted my family, I posted me and one other person, a large group of people, me solo, me outdoors. I love that 21-day posting schedule that we share, because I think that it helps you mix it up in those ways. Some of the other things on the do list that we liked was, and we talked already about this, but like be authentic, be consistent, fill out your bio. Erin has actually a really great, do you have that email, Erin? You forgot to send it to me, or did you? Yeah. So maybe she can post that. It's sort of a step-by-step on how to create a new bio. Like it's hard to figure out what your niche is and who you're here to help, right? And no one's going to say it needs to be perfect, but if you can at least get something in your bio, it's a start for you, right? And it's going to transition over time.
Can you open and push this up?
No, definitely not. Go put that back in the freezer. You can have it after dinner.
But Ainsley has one.
Go ask your dad. Your dad's in charge. Yeah, so that was the bio. The other thing was posting on your feed. So many new coaches, guys. You're posting so many stories, and I'm so proud of you, but a lot of people aren't watching stories. You need to post on your feed as well. Posting on your feed, I'm gonna challenge you, almost every single day is really important, because that's where a lot of people are still looking on Instagram. People are looking at reels, people are looking at stories, people are looking at posts. So I encourage you to try to find a balance with your same messaging, right? Like Erin said, if you posted a transformation picture 6 months ago, people might not even know. New people that are coming to your page might not even know what you're doing, what you're about. You think it's so obvious, and you want to, you're so embarrassed at how hard you're putting yourself out there, but they might not know. You think you're being clear, and you're not. Speaking about what you have to offer and what you're doing and why you're doing it is important to do daily in your stories, on your posts, and if you can whack out some reels too, right, that feel good for you. One of the other things on stories is so much text. I think that it's almost like when I see a coach putting so much text on top of their workout videos, you need to just say that to the screen, right? And then if you're saying it to the screen and it's lasting more than 4 slides, you need to put that into an IGTV. So being a little bit more aware of what you're posting, because people are just so quick to tap you away, you know? If you're just going on and on and on, it's not hitting anyone, it's not resonating with anyone. Use the captions. Yeah, I don't have them, so I know some people, if you don't have them, then make sure you're just highlighting what you're saying when you're speaking aloud. But yeah, the closed captions are gold if you have those, for sure. But I would encourage you to be careful about posting big paragraphs on top of your workout videos, because sometimes those are really powerful messages that just aren't hitting home because people aren't taking the time to read them. And if I'm tapping through your stories, that means that other people that are watching your stories are too, because like we talked about, it's the same people watching my stories. So let's not flatter ourselves to think the same people are sitting there reading our novel every single day, right? They're sort of tapping through to see something new. So, one of our coaches in the Diamond chat mentioned that one of her struggles was holding back truth because of who was watching. And this particular example was, she's a teacher and she felt her staff was watching, and one of her sort of truths and desires with this business is to leave teaching. And so she felt like she feels like she can't voice that because of who's watching. Erin, maybe you could answer that, because that was your exact situation with the government.
Yeah, I definitely went through a stage of feeling phony. I'm not going to lie. I definitely went through a stage of feeling phony. And I remember consciously at one point walking in, because I had no time to do stories for the day. So I would do my workouts in the morning. I would listen to a podcast on my way to work. And as I was walking from my car to my desk, I would story based on what I just heard in the podcast. And I remember one day talking and saying, I love this job as a coach because it's making me better at my job at work. And it's making me a better leader. And it's making me better at work and more focused and engaged at work. And I remember doing that and being like, that's such a fucking lie. I'm so unengaged at work. I don't want to be here anymore. So there was an element of, for sure, phoniness, because I knew so many people from work were watching and I wasn't yet ready to own my vision. I also will say, I also blocked a lot of people from work too. So I had the people that I felt comfortable watching me, that I ultimately felt like maybe were prospects or maybe people who would want to join, or I felt they were in my target market. Outside of that, my boss kept trying to add and I just kept declining. And then eventually I blocked him. I blocked anybody who I felt who felt that threatened my authenticity, who threatened me feeling comfortable. I mute my stories. If you don't know that that's an option, you can mute your stories for people. You go to their page and say, mute my story, so they can't see your story. You're not blocked to them. They still see your posts, but they don't see your story. I did that for a lot of people. I really want to give you permission to mute your stories or block anybody who threatens your authenticity. If it comes down to you feeling like I did about where like you ultimately want to leave your job, that's your own personal call about whether you're ready to share that. I wasn't ready until I knew that I was going all in. And I also knew that a lot of people from work were potential coaches and potential prospects, and I wanted to meet them where they're at. And I certainly didn't want to be like, this job sucks and this place sucks. I wanted to meet them where they're at. Oh yeah, no, like did that for like, yeah, no, like I totally hid my stories for our male cousins or uncles. Like, I'm like, you don't need to see this. Like, and you make me feel uncomfortable knowing you're watching. So goodbye. I have no shame in hiding my story from anybody. Please don't feel like anybody has the right to your story. They don't. If they're threatening your authenticity, you feel uncomfortable about it, you're definitely not showing up because you're wondering what they're thinking, hide your story. Even if you just need to do it until you have enough confidence 2 months from now. Exactly what Jen said, protect your peace.
I think, like, honestly, ultimately, that's pretty much all we have for tonight. What we want you guys to do is to take a look at your social and to think about maybe a couple things you could change, or a game plan, or things that you want to implement going forward. Yesterday I posted like just my before pic from like right before I started these programs. And I had somebody on Facebook message me that she's just like a friend from high school. And I know she had joined someone else in Ottawa, like that's on our team. So we've never chatted on Facebook at all. And she messaged me and she's like, honestly, thank you for posting that pic. Like, you are so real. You're so authentic. And that, for me, that's the biggest compliment. Like, no, thank you for saying that. Because even 4 years into coaching, I still need those reminders that people are watching, that I'm making an impact by being vulnerable and authentic. That doesn't feel hard to me anymore to post those types of things. So I was almost numb to it. And her message to me was such a good reminder. Like, people need that vulnerability to feel connected to you, to believe in what you have to offer as well, right? So we just want to encourage you guys to keep being vulnerable, to keep putting yourself out there. If you need some love on a post, after you post it, go into your coach chat and be like, guys, go like my post. Like, there's no shame in that game. The first couple of years of coaching, like Erin and I did that constantly. Like, go check my post. Should I delete? Should I delete? Should I delete? Like, all the time, like almost every post. So if you're feeling like, oh, I don't know if I should post this, I don't know if I should put myself out there, like, do I sound stupid? Like, lean on this team. Been there, still there with you, you know? So that's it, I think.
I shared in the chat, I want to say it just because it's not in the recording. I really challenge you to look at your insights once a week. Like, maybe commit to Sunday, spend 5 minutes to look at your insights, and do not let it get you down. Do not let it like have an emotional impact on you. If like your post that week, nobody saved anything, you feel like you got more unfollowers than follows, like, do not let it be emotional for you. Let it serve you as data, as information of what is working on your page, what's not. Like, let it allow you to pivot, give you information to pivot, be like, this works, this didn't work. Okay, lesson learned. Like, social media for all of us is trial and error, for all of us. So use the data to help you figure out what's working, what's not working, and pivot. But do not let it get to like emotional, be like, I suck, no, this isn't working, this sucks. No, that's data, that's information. Use it for lessons, pivot, move on. Okay, that's great. And like truly know that we are all in this with you. Being vulnerable on social media is not easy. It's not easy. And if it were easy, everybody would be doing it. It's not easy, but that's what helps you reach people. That's what helps you connect with people. That's what helps you help people. So you got to be the brave and courageous one to put yourself out there if you want to help anybody. But it's worth the friggin' mission. All right, guys, thank you for coming on tonight. Appreciate seeing all of you. Have a good night. See you next week.